Welcome to Concord Christian School. Concord's mission is to inspire students to follow Jesus by equipping them to serve, lead, and transform their world. Concord is a place where lifelong friendships are made and each person is known, valued, and honored. We are a close community where students thrive and grow, and parents can connect and contribute. Concord is intentional about discipling our students, whether that be through chapel, spiritual retreats, service projects, Bible classes, or through the personal attention of caring faculty. In 1995, Dr. Doug Sager met with First Baptist Concord's leadership and shared his vision for a Christian elementary school. Brother Doug understood that Christian education had an important role in equipping the next generation of students through a curriculum that was biblically integrated and championed a biblical worldview. In the fall of 1996, after a thoughtful planning process, Concord Christian School opened its doors to students in kindergarten through third grades. Though small, the school remained pursuant to its mission and continued to grow, adding fourth grade in 1997 and fifth grade in 1998. It soon became clear that Concord Christian School was providing quality Christian education, and the board of First Baptist Concord voted in 1998 to expand the school to include middle school grades 6 through 8. In 2013, Concord was proud to celebrate its first high school graduating class. Today, Concord Christian School continues to thrive and now proudly serves over 1,100 students representing 40 different churches, 8 different counties, and various countries around the world. In 2014, the international program was launched and to date has been a home away from home to over 50 students from 11 different countries.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
They've got to have the basis of a faith. They've got to believe in, you got to believe in something. You got to be something greater than yourself, a power greater than yourself. And I think that presents the impetus for a lifetime.
The teachers here are very supportive and they'll help you through any rough time you're having. The kids here are really friendly and great. You can walk up and have a conversation with them and you can get to know them easily.
When we first started looking at Concord was when our second kiddo, Hunter, was entering kindergarten. When Hunter was ready for kindergarten, we knew that he needed like a smaller, more intimate environment. And it ended up being such a big blessing for us that we didn't even realize. For us, like, we always say, we get one shot. We know that these are just crucial years for our kids. And we really wanted them to be around a community of families and students and teachers and staff that loved our kids, loved Jesus, poured into them. And I think that's what we miss the most. Until people get in here and feel it and see it, it's like none other around.
Yeah, and the school system in Ohio and the people, they're all very nice.
Oh yeah,
all very nice. But you just can't put a price or a label or anything else about what community means and what being in a Christian environment means, and knowing that your kids are not just getting academics, but they're also getting the spiritual side of it too. Even we would come to visit friends and say, hey, we're going to Knoxville and we're going to go see your friends. They were at CCS or something. They would just light up, Mm-hmm. And then when we would drive back, that's all they would talk about is wanting to come back.
Yeah.
And that was almost 2 years later, right? So they never left, and that's how we knew it was that special.
Yeah, totally lines for life. Like we are through and through. And even moving back, it's been just, because you always get a little nervous. It's been 2 years. Will it be what we left? 100%. I mean, again, like I said, just the love that the teachers, the staff, the families have for all of our kids, and us for them. I mean, it's just a special place.
I think Concord Christian School is special for a number of reasons. One of the main things that impresses me is how our faculty and staff love our families and our students. We are truly a family and a community. The other aspect that impresses me is the biblical integration across everything we do. Our chapels are weekly. Elementary, there can't be a more precious time than watching little ones praising the Lord and worshiping. And we take that really serious about chapel. We want to teach our youngest ones how and what it looks like to praise Jesus. We are fortunate. Every year we see anywhere from 40 to 50 students accept Christ in the classroom. And that's just a direct reflection on how important biblical integration is. We pour Jesus into everything. It's always goes back to, what does the Bible say about this situation? What does the Bible say about all of it? And everything goes back to Jesus. And I think that's what makes us unique. And I think that's what makes our school so special.
I definitely believe, not only in terms of like a Christian education, but Concord specifically, you know, one of the best things I had about Concord was just how involved the teachers are, you know, in the students, you know, spiritual lives. It was crazy to me that I could, you know, finish a history class and then, you know, have, you know, a spiritual conversation with that same teacher, you know, within 10 minutes of the class ending. I do not believe, you know, I could have gotten that from a public school.
So I graduated in 2015 from CCS, but I would definitely accredit a lot of my great experiences to the teachers that were here. Just they were really amazing at connecting with you as an individual, as opposed to just kind of teaching you what they needed to teach you and get you out of class kind of a deal. They really connected with you one-on-one and helped you become a better person, as opposed to just like smarter or a better student. I was in the third graduating class, which was super exciting. And I went on to Tennessee Wesleyan University, where I graduated in 2019 with a degree in communication studies and a minor in theater. And I was super involved in just about everything there. And then since then, I have been working at the Athens Area Council for the Arts as their marketing and gallery coordinator. It's grown so much since, like, I graduated with 12 people. So, like, now I don't even know how many are in the graduating class, but there's so many people that are involved, and it makes me even more proud to say that I was a graduate from here.
Olivia's our oldest, and then we have Claire and Isaac. And when we moved here, they were 7, 4, and 1, I think. 2 years after we started at Concord, we got a diagnosis with Olivia that she had pediatric bone cancer. And so that just started a whole new realm for us. But I think the thing that was so instrumental for our survival during that time was just the way that the Concord community came around us. People jumped in there and volunteered to make their lunches for the entire year. So we didn't have to worry about making our kids lunches, you know, as we had appointments. To have our kids, Claire and Isaac, in a place where they felt, number one, safe, they felt loved and cared for, but that the school was framing their life with
within the context of Jesus, just like we were trying to do in our own home. That what we were trying to do personally was being taught and reflected back to them at school was huge for us.
Their willingness to give up paid time off, to watch, to cover my classes when, it was a spur of the moment thing, was huge, because you don't get that everywhere, and you don't get that from all employers. So I think that you can't overvalue, a biblical worldview, because those are things that will be necessary.
I hope that people know how much it meant to us, but I don't know, how to say thank you to that many people.
If I have a question about my faith, I know I can go to them and they'll answer me. They may not obviously know that answer right away, but they're willing to go and find it for me and fight for me. And so I think that's what's stretched me the most, is stepping out to ask questions about my faith and not being afraid to ask those teachers. I'm involved with SGA, I'm vice president of Key Club. Just those types of things that I've been able to be involved with has really pushed me to understand a lot of different ways of leadership, like communication through the school and the church, and just figuring out how not necessarily make everybody happy, but how to make everybody agree. It's provided me with a lot of growth in leadership. Oh, okay. I've got lots. I have decided I've committed to Samford University, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. Just 4 hours away. I'm very excited. I have been accepted into their Global Missions Scholars program, which is a program where they send kids out to be missionaries, essentially. And that's what I want to do. And I want to go teach in different countries, just spreading the gospel and giving those kids a chance if they don't have one. The church and the school has grown such a passion for me with children. And I know that teaching is where I belong. That's where God has called me. For me was the people, really and truly. I wouldn't change anything. I've grown because of the things that have happened that aren't so great. And I've grown because of the things that happened that were so good. It's definitely the people here. Because the teachers are so passionate, the faculty is so passionate, and even the church is so passionate about what we're doing here.
Hello, Concord and friends of Concord. My name is Lorna Keaton, and for the past year, I've had the privilege of serving as Concord Christian School's Director of Marketing and Development. It has certainly been a unique year with many uncertainties and challenges, but the Lord continues to bless our school in mighty ways. The ongoing commitment of our faculty, staff, and families to our students' success this school year has been awe-inspiring, and I admire and applaud their efforts. I am grateful for church and school leadership, including Head of School Donald Snyder and First Baptist Concord's Senior Pastor John Mark Harrison. These have been tough days to lead in, and we remain fortunate to have such strong Christian leadership supporting us and charting our course forward. I'm thankful for those who have donated this year and are partnering with us as we move forward with campus initiatives in academics, the arts, and athletics. These are exciting times for our campus, and it is my belief that our school's best days are ahead of us. Abraham Lincoln once said, "The best way to predict your future is to create it." May we continue to commit to empowering kind, courageous students who boldly advance the cause of Christ and stand with real conviction on behalf of their Christian faith. I don't know that there has ever been a time when the need for Christian education has been more apparent or our school's mission more critical. At Concord Christian School, our mission is to inspire students to follow Jesus by equipping them to serve, lead, and transform their world. Hebrews 11:6 reminds us that without faith it is impossible to please God, and that He rewards those who diligently seek Him. Let us endeavor then to be a unified group of people willing to pursue with excellence kingdom education on behalf of a worthy group of children. It is time to rise up, to raise up the next generation of Christian leaders and those willing to stand in the gap and embody their faith in best ways. Thank you.
I'd put a strong emphasis on faith for these children. They're lost. So many of our young people are lost. So I'd say faith, a basic common sense education, try to be a better listener.